Hi, I'm Levannia Lildar, and this is Level Up. For starters, let's talk about upgrading your tools. Do you want more Canadian banter? What would we talk about in Canadian banter? I mean, I still put my U in favorite.
Oh yeah, I did that on purpose though, just so that nobody forgets.
Even when it autocorrects me, I put a U and I'm like, no.
My role at Jump is I'm a systems engineer manager. So I lead a team of our pre-sales technical experts. Since Jump is for engineers and scientists, they're going to have very technical questions. So that's where our team steps in. They're able to help users demonstrate capabilities and tie that to other business outcomes and problems that they're trying to solve. And this is one of the things why we're different from other competitors is systems engineers are engineers and scientists themselves.
Yes.
And so we enjoy solving problems. That's why we became like, I'm an electrical engineer. Yeah. Right. So I like.
Do you have an iron ring?
I do. I'm not wearing it.
You're not wearing your iron?
No.
I'm wearing mine.
Oh, I should have. Man, that would have been such a good moment. It could have been like that.
But how do you remember your responsibility as
Yeah.
an electrical engineer?
Yeah, I know. It's just instilled in my values.
It's instilled, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, even though I'm not wearing the ring.
What did you use Jump for before you came to Jump?
I was mainly using to solve semiconductor manufacturing problems. Okay. So like root cause, production issues, yield improvement, cost saving projects, things like that.
And you were my SE back when I was a customer. Mm-hmm. You were the first person I met at Jump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I made a good impression.
Yes, I didn't think you were Canadian though. I didn't believe you were Canadian.
Yeah.
Until much later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know anything about hockey even?
No, I don't. I know I'm not sounding very Canadian.
No, I mean, but in all fairness, I don't know anything about I think 5 people are on the ice per team.
Sounds about right. Including the goalie?
I don't know. I don't know.
Too many questions. They're going to take our passports.
Do you have any customers who are in the sports world?
We do. I've had conversations with NHL teams using Jump to make sense of their data analysis.
Like doing DOE to like figure out the brittleness of the hockey stick?
Yeah. I had that. Customer.
I just made that up.
That's a real application. Yeah, they were making a hockey stick out of carbon fiber. So yeah, we met when I visited you in Ottawa.
Yes,
right,
when I worked in biomedical devices.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. Yeah, we visited to do a session for users. So there was a couple of people who already had access to Jump.
Yeah.
And then a few others that were thinking about it. And I remember that you were one of the people.
I was thinking about it. Yeah.
You're on the fence.
I was on the fence. I remember thinking like what we had wouldn't fly for much longer. But I wasn't looking forward to picking the new tool.
But yeah. You saw the value in Jump.
We chose Jump, right?
Yeah.
And I think that the reason actually was probably largely because it's just such a great exploratory tool. Made a lot of our work easier, and also like it just can handle so much data. So tell me about your customers and like when they come to you or your prospects and they're like reaching the limits of Excel and they're wanting to try Jump. Like what does that look like for them?
Our customers are predominantly engineers and scientists. It's natural to use Excel because Excel's on the machine.
Yeah.
So they're somewhat familiar, and they're trying to do stuff with graphs, right? Maybe they're trying to make a scatter plot or something like that. Just trying to do some visual exploration. And they'll realize that they can't quite do what they want to do with Excel. Or maybe even if they're able to do it, it's taken way too long. It could be too much data, right? So some kind of technical limitation, or it could just be the capability is not there, right?
They can't automate it.
They can't automate it. So it's the whole process of using Excel for like scientific data analysis, right? It's good for accounting and like these financial calculations, right? It's not good for, review of lab results and stuff like that. So normally that's kind of like the start of the story is they tried to use Excel to do something. It's now become a frustrating experience, and they're asking themselves the question, okay, well, what else is out there? And that's when they reach out to us. So the first question we ask is, okay, well, like, what is the problem you're trying to solve? Like, where are you spending time?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
How did you do this for us when you came in? Are you not going to lift the curtain?
Well, let me go back. Let me go back in time. So with accounts where there's already some jump, we know that they're having success, right? They've had access, they're doing things.
Mm-hmm.
So in that scenario, we try to come in to learn about, well, what is it that you're doing with jump, right? What has been working for you? But also now that you have this new tool, you can probably solve problems that otherwise you weren't going to be able to solve.
Sometimes I think like jump is kind of like Excel for grown-ups.
Or we say Excel on steroids.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Both are valid, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
And most of our customers, they're using Excel before using jump. The common theme is the time savings element, right? Things that they could do in Excel, so they could still do, but it was just so time consuming, so manual. So now in Jump, it's 2 clicks. I remember working with a customer in Montreal, actually, and they were using Excel. They were working in the lab, and the lab equipment produced an Excel file, and they had to do this analysis, but it wasn't really formatted in a way, so they had to go through all this formatting and add their own custom calculations, and then create all these graphs, very time consuming thing. And I showed them how to do it in Jump. And then once we figured out the workflow, automated it. So it went from, a better part of an hour down to literally seconds.
Oh my gosh.
And then what I didn't realize, because I was just having this conversation with this one person, but there was actually 6 other people
doing
that
the
had to
same
do the
thing.
same thing.
Okay.
So within the next couple of days, we just saw the request to get some additional users because they all wanted now to get like that benefit.
What are the challenges that sometimes users will face as they're switching?
I think they click around and they see that there's a lot there. The best thing that we always say is just focus on what you need to do now. The low hanging fruit, the things that you are really focused on, whether it's automating something, whether it's like doing a design of experiment, and start small, and then once you kind of figure it out, then the learning comes pretty quick after that.
Yeah. And I also think Jump kind of teaches you as you go. I don't know if this is like the way I should have learned, but if I needed to do something, I would just click all the red triangles.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was like, what is it? Does this have what I need? No, next one.
Just go and click the red triangle. Just see what's in there.
What's there,
Yeah. Because it's likely that there's something there. There's some option there that's going to be very valuable to you, and you didn't even know it was there, right?
Is it called the red triangle in Jump internally?
Yeah, we call it red triangle.
I thought it would be something.
Or
cooler.
hotspot.
Hotspot, okay. Yeah. I thought that sounds cooler.
Yeah, click on the hotspot.
Do you have any advice for customers who are like making the switch to Jump? The jump.
The jump. I think a lot of people just want to learn everything at once. There's all these different options. There's machine learning things. There's Python things. There's graphing things. And they feel like they have to learn it all to be an expert. But that's not true. You can get a lot of value just by learning that one platform that's the most valuable for whatever project you might be working on. So, start small and the rest will come. At the end of the day, it's a time-saving thing. And it's also the quality of the analysis. Like, Jump is a tool that's been developed by an army of developers who are experts in their given areas that are working on all these capabilities, putting it together in one product.
When I was working in biomedical devices, when we were transitioning over to Jump, we had a lot of buy-in from our leaders to make the switch. What advice do you have if you don't necessarily have that buy-in?
We always recommend showing the successes, celebrating the successes.
Yeah, like the small wins.
The small wins, sharing that with your manager, walking them through the time savings, and make sure you understand the business impact of that as well. Because sometimes as engineers, we just focus very much on the technical. We're solving a technical problem, but we don't always understand, well, what is the benefit of that to the company? So if they're able to make that link and understand that and really speak in that language to their managers and directors and whoever else in leadership that they have access to, those are the things that are going to get their attention.